What's going on, guys? We're just jumping into this today. We
Hey,
just
hey.
right now, me and Comic Dude here. Uh, Hyper's gonna be joining us a little bit later. Um, we got Canadian Turkey Day going on today, so of course, Keys and is attending to that. BC probably would be, but he just had a baby, so he's expanding the comic book community.
Congratulations, BC. That was awesome. Like,
Definitely big
so
shout
happy
out
for
to
you
BC.
guys. Definitely.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
and yeah, like I said, Hyper will be joining us in a little bit. Uh, it's feels like it's been a minute since we've been here and
it's
we've
been
done
a
this.
while,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Last week was unfortunate, but hey, things happen.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Michael Baker, first one was in the chat today. Missed the show last week. Glad to have it
Yeah.
back, and we're glad to be back with you guys. Um, it it kind of sucked what all happened last week. With Facebook and Instagram being down, it made communication a nightmare and everything like that. Getting set up was it just didn't work out too well. So especially
hmm
for the type of show that we wanted to do and everything. So next week, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be bringing that show to you next week. It's a big one. We got some big announcements that we're going to make. We got a lot of people stopping by.
Oh yeah,
Got some giveaways going on. So it's going to be a good show. Sure.
I'm excited for
So
it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
hell yeah,
A
sure.
couple giveaways.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
So what do we got for tonight, man?
let's see tonight,
What we got
man.
for
We got.
tonight?
I mean, we're gonna keep it pretty short tonight. Because we got Canadian Turkey Day going on over there and everything.
I've
So
had
we
my
don't want to
fill.
hold anybody
Yeah.
up too long. But we're gonna go ahead and say hey, say what's up to some of the people in chat. Of course, we say hey to Michael Baker. We got Bleecker Street coming in.
Weaker.
Wesley's Comic Collection. Man, I can't talk tonight. Fifth Lordly. We might newbie verse some shit.
What's going on, guys?
Bricks, what's going on? We got Shop in the house.
We
And
got BC.
BC. BC.
Yeah, I
Showing
got some
up
shelves up.
from
Yeah,
the hospital. That's
yeah.
dedication right there. That's dedication right there.
That is dedication, man. My wife
Right?
would slap me.
I know. And she would probably be right to do so, to
Yeah,
be honest.
absolutely. I'd let her. Yeah. Yeah, I
But
got some
yeah.
shelves up just to put some books up. I don't know, you can't really see much, but I got the Power Rangers over this side, Mega Man over here.
No,
Hell yeah.
it looks good. It looks
Yeah.
good, bro.
Thanks, man.
Like it.
Change it up every once in a while. See what happens.
But yeah, we've got some interesting topics to touch on this week. Some stuff that's been happening. So, we figured we bring a little show to you guys since we missed last week. Next week again, like we said, that's the big show. Uh, so definitely want to check that out. If you got the chance, for sure. Let's start it off by talking about, I guess let's go ahead and get it out of the way and talk about Venom 2. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet, man. I have
Oh,
not
okay,
made
okay.
my way to see it, but
Well, we'll keep this pretty spoiler free for the most part.
I've
So
heard some mixed reviews.
yeah, that seems to be the big consensus on it. The reviews have
hmm
been mixed. The highlight seems to be the end credits because something happens there or whatever. But you know, I mean, it doesn't sound like it was as good as people wanted it to be. It doesn't sound like as good as I personally wanted it to be.
No, but
I actually haven't seen it yet either, so I'm still holding out hope that maybe just at least if Woody kills it, I'll be okay.
exactly. I was excited to see that Woody Harrelson was going to be in the movie, but then at first with the hair man, that threw me off. But we'll see.
Yeah, but then
Um,
they had changed up the hair in the fucking trailers and
yeah,
everything
they
though.
did. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. They made the whole big spiel about the end credit scene. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can make some assumptions. I haven't seen the movie, but I can make assumptions myself, and I don't know. I'm pretty excited if it is what I
Yeah.
think it is.
Right. Uh it just depends on I guess on how all that plays out, how it's done. But we don't want to spoil anything, so
Exactly.
yeah, we'll just kind of leave it at that. Um, it
Yeah.
does sound like that's the highlight of the movie, though, for the most part.
That's
Um,
what I'm hearing. It's not the movie itself, it's the end credit scene. So just skip ahead to that. No.
well, you got to
I'll
imagine that
watch it.
there's probably more coming down the road. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so
This isn't the end for sure.
yeah, and like Wesley said, the end credit was pretty much the most spoiled thing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
everywhere, so it was pretty hard to miss. But if you did miss it, um, congratulations. That's actually impressive.
You live under a rock probably. But
Right?
yeah, it was everywhere, man.
What else do we got? What other news do we got? The Agatha spinoff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That
pretty
was
interesting. I
some
know a lot of
news,
people.
eh?
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. A lot of people. Um, I don't think anyone's getting overly excited about it.
I
Which
have I have
can't blame them.
exactly. I have some emotions about it, but I don't know. Like she's a key character, obviously. You you know, I think you're gonna see her in the Fantastic Four in one way or another. But I personally just don't see her as a lead role kind of character. So if they're gonna do some sort of spin-off where she's, got her own show, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I feel like there's a few storylines that they can dig into that they could adapt. Um, yeah, I mean, a whole miniseries seems like it might be a stretch, but if they do something
Yeah.
like short, like they did with WandaVision, where it's maybe like 6 episodes, I can see that
Hmm.
there's some storylines that they could probably dig into to do a series. I feel like it's probably going to have a more comedic basis though. So that's kind of
Okay.
like
Yeah. I can see that.
a comedy horror type stuff. I don't know.
Well, that's the vibe she gave off, really, in the show in WandaVision. So
Right, right.
I can see
Um,
it.
yeah, and like Michael said, that Franklin's nanny, that's the big thing that everybody
There we are,
really
right?
thinks of when it comes down to her. And she is signed on now for multiple projects, multiple movies or series, whatever. So
Yep.
it's got potential down the road. And the thing is too, like the beautiful part about it for her is like, okay, so like Robert Downey Jr. was pretty, locked in now. He's getting up there in age, and he's like, all right, I don't really want to. I don't really know if I want to do this Iron Man shit anymore because it's kind of starting to take a toll on my body and everything. You know,
Hmm.
Agatha's old as fuck in the comics, so she could play her forever.
That is true. That is absolutely true. She's got a
So when they
long
finally
road
get
ahead of her.
around to the
Hmm.
kids for Fantastic Four, man, she might still be in that role 40 years later.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But yeah, I could sit through a series, and
Yeah,
probably
it'd be a
enjoy
fun
it.
little series. It'd be like WandaVision. I can see it.
Yeah, I'm sure there'd be some pretty good comic Easter eggs. They'll introduce some side characters
Hmm.
that may get some interaction and whatnot. But it just doesn't seem too huge. Now,
No.
whenever they do the Fantastic Four stuff down the road, that can definitely be bigger. The other potential option is something to do with the Daughters of Liberty. So
Okay.
there's I guess there's a group that she was a part of. It was an all female group that's been around throughout history.
Hmm.
Uh, kind of they kind of came up recently in Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America run. So it's got some
They can run
potential
off
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Mm,
I will have to see, man. We'll have to see.
yeah. I guess the big one that came out, actually this just came out I think today or maybe yesterday. Uh, Jonathan Kent
Mm,
is coming out as bi, and it feels like we just did this like 2 weeks ago with Robin.
yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
it wasn't
yeah, I
that long
mean,
ago, man. It was
It,
a Batman Urban Legends, what, 6?
it really, yeah, I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago that it just came
Yeah.
out. So, um,
Hmm.
I mean, and the thing is, like, I just, who cares? Like,
Exactly.
I don't generally when I get into reading the comics and everything, like, the social interactions, obviously that's part of it and everything like that. But for me, the main focus is on the superhero stories. So who specifically they're fucking or not fucking has never been that much of a concern to me.
Right. Right. So, I,
Yeah, it's just the thing. And it's like Brick said right here. It's why do they have to make it a big deal? And I think that's the biggest thing is it, like if they just
I
would have
think
done
it's
it without the announcement and everything like that, all the other shit around it, like okay, just
exactly
do it
just
and move the fuck on.
just put it in the story and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's that whole Marvel and DC trying to be more inclusive of everything. But like you said, just put it in the story and that's it.
yeah. I
It is what
mean,
it is.
the announcements and everything, man, it is what's making it sort of like really feel
That's
forced at this point.
it.
And
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's not just like it's just I want to say that like forced in inclusivity or anything like that. It's just feels
Hmm.
like they're forcing it down everybody's throat in order to sell issues. Really, I mean,
Agreed.
and a lot of people say, okay, well, it doesn't really affect DC as far as sales go. That's actually not true at all because here's the thing. So when they put out an announcement like this, what's going to happen is now everybody's going to run out tomorrow and buy Superman Son of Kal-El #5, which is an
Yeah.
issue that probably would not have fucking sold out beforehand. Now, also because of the sellout, they'll do a second print and they'll sell those issues too.
That is true. That is
And
absolutely
then
true.
maybe they'll do a third print.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, they do make money off of these announcements and shit. And anyone that thinks that they don't is
And
fooling
unfortunately,
themselves.
yeah, and it won't have anything to do with the story. It'll just
Right.
be based. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and that that feels like that's the main point behind this is to push those sales because otherwise, like I said, just do it and move on.
Yep.
So
I agree, man. I 110% agree.
yeah. The other thing though is it does kind of come a little soon after the whole storyline with Saturn Girl, that they just did in Legion with him and her being
Yes.
an item. So
Hmm.
it's kind of abrupt after that. Like I don't know, you know.
I don't know. I guess it could just open the doors for more storylines and stuff like that. I think.
Yeah,
It's like you said earlier, man. It is what it is. It's a publicity stunt. I don't know who said it in there in the chat. Somebody basically said it. Empire Comics feels like a publicity stunt. But
yeah. DC's probably kicking themselves in the fucking nuts right now though for
yeah,
making Lucius Fox's son Batman. They had a perfect opportunity. Could have made Tim Drake, and then there you go.
yeah,
Batman and Superman as a couple. You just know there's going to be a shitload of people that would have loved that.
yeah. That is true. That would have been good.
It definitely would have had a mixed reaction no matter what they do.
You could
I
see
think
them doing it again. Publicity stunt.
yeah, the big problem is exactly it all feels like it's publicity, and that's what it comes down to.
And that's the unfortunate thing. It's coming to that. It's not about the stories or for the reader. It's more about the publicity and the sales.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh well.
Anyway, moving on. Let's see what else do we got. Oh, this is a huge one. Have you? And I'm sure with everybody that's in chat and whatnot. You guys, I see you guys on Instagram and everything like that. So I would imagine mostly everybody at this point has probably seen the nightmare pictures that are coming from comic shops, from Penguin Random House's shipping methods, and how well that's going.
Man, it's rough. It's
Yeah,
absolutely rough. I'm
it's
uh,
looking really bad.
I'm seeing it everywhere, man. everywhere. And
Oh, there's boxes that are just completely just smashed on corners, like torn, almost torn completely open on the sides.
like,
And you know what's crazy is because I remember when they announced this whole uh agreement between Marvel and Penguin Random House. I don't remember if it was Marvel that put it out or it was Penguin that put it out, but one of them put out a video about the new shipping methods or shipping boxes and everything like that, and how it was going to protect
no
the comics
way.
so much better.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
bro. I want to say it came out in like April or May or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, they put out a whole video about how these boxes were gonna
they're
protect the
eating the
comics
words
better.
now.
Yeah, and it's man, like
That's
even when I saw them on week one, I thought there's no way this shit's a fluke either because you could just see the damage on those boxes. It's like, no,
mm,
this is gonna happen again. It's gonna
you,
keep happening unless they change these boxes.
yeah, you can't hide
So,
that, man. It's I don't know
well,
what they're gonna do. Either the retailers or Penguin themselves. Hey, there he
Wait,
is.
hold on.
he
I didn't
loves it
even
when
get.
I just bring him in like that
Yeah, I
without
didn't
no
even get an
intro,
intro or
just
anything.
bring
What
him
the
in.
hell? I'm like checking my phone and thinking that he's gonna like bring me in properly.
I
Can
gave
we?
you
No, see,
something.
that's
I
why I
said,
do it.
there he is. Come on.
Yeah, next time, you know what I see. I missed opportunity because now I'll never get the fucking chance again.
Hold
But
on,
what
hold
I should have
on.
did
Listen,
was sat
face,
there and watched him until he was like picking his nose or some shit, and then
face.
brought
We
him
gotta
in.
do. We gotta do this right. Bring me out and bring me back in.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh no.
We got to get it. We got to get Hyper a proper entrance.
So high maintenance, eh?
I know, right? He's a fucking diva all of a sudden.
Oh, Hyper.
Oh wow.
Did he just leave? Oh,
Yeah, I think he thought he had to go out. I could.
he's gone.
Yeah. All right.
He ran.
So, guys, hold on, guys. Important announcement.
Oh no.
Hyper is here. Hyper Combo Comics
The
is joining
champ.
us.
Put your
Oh, hey
hands
guys.
together.
What's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
What's going on, Hyper? Nice of you to join us.
thank you. Yeah, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to a comic dude, and I guess to face, I'll
Thanks,
wish
man,
you in a month or
yourself.
so.
Yeah. Mine's next month, but
Oh, the way you have Columbus Day, right? Today?
um, yeah, sure.
Wait, how is it I know this and you don't?
Sure.
Well, it's like such a no. I think they changed it now. I don't think they're actually calling it that anymore. So I think it's fucking like a National Indigenous Peoples Day or some shit now.
Oh, okay, all right.
So yeah, I think they changed it. I don't know to be more
Inclusive?
PC or whatever. So because apparently there's some negative connotations on Columbus, obviously for
How he got lost and shit, you mean?
Yeah, those were probably not the big problems, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
So, what's going on, man?
So, what are you guys talking about? Comics and stuff?
Well,
yeah, surprisingly enough, we are talking about comics.
trying to.
Okay, cool.
We got interrupted by this,
Diva.
guy.
I mean,
yeah. The champ.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, man.
damn, what's going on?
We love you, Hyper.
I'll tell you what I'm not thankful for is this roasting.
Oh, man. Ouch.
No, I'm kidding.
It is Thanksgiving, so
I was just gonna say I'm thankful for all you guys.
I mean, I didn't do the traditional turkey, whatever dinner and all that. Like,
No, you probably got Popeyes.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't, because
Oh,
need I remind you, I live in a city where we don't have Popeyes. So
That's right.
That's
I forgot.
I would have heard from you.
Yeah,
that's true. I would have come in his neighborhood if I actually really
My
wanted
neck of the
Popeyes.
woods.
No.
well, we were just getting into talking about the Penguin Random House shipping method and how that's going.
Okay. Wait. Before I hopped on, I know that you guys were kind of touched on the whole Jonathan Kent.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I remember what happened was when me and Comic Dude were hunting for comics. When I met him for the not for the first time, I think this was the second time we met. We went to like a city basically where like Brockville. For people that don't know, Brockville is not exactly a very populated city in Canada.
No.
So like whatever hot books that people normally pick up like in the major cities, chances are you'll probably find them still sitting on the shelf. So this was around the same week that what was it, Batman Urban Legend 6 came out,
Yeah.
with the whole Tim Drake thing. And I shit you not, I think we saw still and this was on a Saturday. This is a few days after the book was already selling for like 40-50 bucks on eBay. And we saw like 3 or 4 copies sitting on the racks
Just
on a
sitting
Saturday,
there.
like few days after
Yeah.
Saturday. So, and I told Comic Dude like, hey, dude, you might want to pick this up. I don't think you were aware at the time the significance, right, of that. I told him you may want to pick that up just because
Yeah.
it's kind of gaining some heat.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean,
No doubt.
it's deja vu all over again with this whole Jonathan Kent thing.
But okay, so like the thing is, okay, and I'll be perfectly honest. Like I was saying before, with Tim Drake, it's the same thing. I don't care about the sexual orientation of the character at all, for the most part. In that regards, like Tim Drake specifically, like that one actually pissed me off personally more so than this with John Kent, just because I'm a huge fan of spoiler of the Stephanie Brown character.
Yeah.
So it kind of almost felt like
well,
like
here's
sort
the
of
thing.
almost disrespectful to that character that they didn't even include like a conversation between those two or anything like that.
Yeah,
Their
because I
relationship
read
was
that
pretty serious
portion.
not
Yeah.
too long ago. So
Yeah, because 1 minute he's saving the guy when he's being abducted. Next minute he's just asking him on a date out of the blue. It's like, all right, that just came out of left field.
which is, I mean, okay, that's fine. They hadn't really alluded to it or anything like that.
That's
but,
but to your point exactly. Like the thing
yeah,
is,
they could have included some kind of little flashback or something like that after that to some kind of conversation between him and Stephanie that, and I know they can still do that in the future, but
but no, to your point, it does feel like it was shoehorned in because like the difference between Jonathan Kent and Tim Drake was Jonathan Kent he has a pretty clean slate in terms of character development because
for the most part, yeah,
he's
they did have the
true.
Saturn Girl thing, but
yeah, but the thing is, I mean, most of his stuff was from Super Sons when he was just a kid, and then they kind of sped him up in age, and then so you don't really have much character background in his formative adult years. So I can see them taking it wherever they want to take it.
It makes a lot more sense with John Kent, I think, than it did with Tim Drake.
Whereas with Tim Drake, he goes back all the way to the 80s and stuff, and like not once during that 30 plus years of his history was there ever any not illusion, but was there any hints that he that
that's a very good point.
Yeah, so it just felt like this was just something that they just kind of, it's almost like the same thing, like you take, like, let's say like I'm just doing a very extreme example. Let's just take a character who's been a womanizer the whole time in his Marvel or DC comic run, and then they just do a panel where he just comes out being gay, like all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It just feels like there was no build up or anything, so it just
I mean, actually, you know what? A kind of a good example for that, I guess, would be the whole thing with Wolverine. Whenever they started doing this new House of X, Powers of X thing, and they put that diagram out of the Summers house on the moon. Yeah. And Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey's rooms were all connected or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, it kind of had some implications there. But like they kind of like just sort of put it out, and Marvel really even, did they ever even fucking mention it? Like, or say anything about it? I think it was mostly like that it got played up in the media. They just kind of, it is what it is, and just went with it, and that was it.
Yeah, they just put it in the issue, and
it just feels like that's such a better way to fucking handle it than, these announcements and everything like that. Because again, like I said, it feels like especially once we see this issue hit second print, in 2-3 weeks or whatever, we know why they're announcing it now.
Well,
She has
hold on, because this is issue 5, right? So we just had issue 3. So technically, we haven't passed FOC yet. So
Oh, okay.
I don't think there should be a case of people having to scramble for this issue if they want it. I mean, I mean,
I'm not
unless
sure.
the issues are.
Is it
Sorry?
before FOC? If it's before FOC, then yeah, that does make a
Could
little
it
bit of a
really be?
difference.
Because look, we just had issue 3, so I mean, I would be surprised if issue 5
Empire's
is
saying
already
it
hitting
comes
Not
its.
out in
sure.
November, so I'm feeling like we probably are around
So then, wait,
FOC.
when's issue 4 coming out? Issue 3 just came out 2 weeks ago. Then that means issue 4 must be coming right around the corner. Then
Probably.
that's pretty close. Wow. Okay.
So yeah. I mean,
All right. Empire Comics is saying November. I mean, what are we like? October 10th. So
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, look, I was
11.
already picking up the issues of Superman Cal, like the whole John
Mhm.
Kent, just because
Tom
on the
Taylor
merit
Dragon.
of it being written by Tom Taylor.
Yep.
But the thing is, I've been picking it up. I don't think I actually have it on my pull list. So I'd be damned if I end up, not getting this copied because
You're gonna
all the
miss out on it.
speculators
Yeah.
just,
Right,
Oh
right.
no.
So I might have to call my shop tomorrow. And again, I'm not going to go heavy on this issue. I'm probably just going to get one. And you know what? Maybe, look,
Hey, Hyper.
I'm not going to front. Yeah, what's up?
Make a trip to Brockville. It'll be there.
I'm not going to make a trip to Brockville.
I'll pick it up.
for
I'll pick it up for you. I'll pick it up for you.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would have
see,
been a bit more practical.
pre-FOC,
I'll pick it up.
but you know the thing is, making the announcement like pre-FOC, that's even more, just feels like even more like it's fucking pushing for sales.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm just gonna get one copy. Yeah, full transparency. I'll probably get 2 copies, just one for my PC and one for that just in case. I did the same thing with Batman Urban Legends. So full disclosure, even though I think it's clearly this is just like DC's way of just kind of getting some cheap publicity. If there's a quick flip, I'm a dirty flipper. So
I
At
love
what point?
it. I
At
love
what
it.
point do you guys think that these issues don't command a premium?
At what
as far as
point?
back issues? Yeah. Like, do you think there will come a point where, because like obviously, like we don't people don't run out and buy necessarily the first issues whenever like comic book relationships happen
Mhm.
as
Here's
as
the
a
thing.
key issue, I guess. So
I think it squarely depends on which characters are being spotlighted in these roles. I mean, because there's characters coming out as being gay is not exactly the first ever. This has been happening since the 90s,
right.
in both Marvel and DC. But I think it's the tier of the character in either publication is what's going to matter. Because look, North Star is gay, but I mean, no offense to North Star, he's no Tim Drake and he's no John Kent. So, you could find the issue of North Star coming out gay like at cover price probably. I think it just depends on the prominence of the character. Like, so, case in point, if someone like, let's say, if we find out like in a few weeks that I'm just gonna randomly pick a character, like let's say like Gambit. Let's just say Gambit comes out as gay. I'm sure that's gonna probably get some eyeballs. But if someone like
They would never get away with that.
but you see my point, right? Like
Yeah.
where someone like, let's say like Rockslide, one of those mutants from like the New Mutants came out gay. I don't think people are gonna care as much.
True.
So
True.
I think you're also walking a fine line that, because look, the news between Tim Drake coming out as being bi and now John Kent is not that far off. If they continue to go to the well too many times, I think you might also run the risk of people being like, okay, this is clearly DC is just like doing these changes for the sake of doing these changes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's perfectly fine with me, because I honestly don't want these issues to be keys. Not because of the
No,
the
I get your
sexuality
point.
thing,
Yeah,
just because I don't want comic book character relationships to be keys, because there's just too fucking many. There's too fucking many to try and get.
They'll have their time for now, but
Yeah.
they'll run out eventually.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think. I definitely
I
don't
would
think
think so.
they'll last. It's
Because
just,
it's
one of
gonna
those
become-
hot books for now.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Actually, before we get back into the Penguin Random House shipping, because I noticed some of the guys we were talking about in chat, something else that I was going to
Hmm.
mention that's coming up. So there's rumors, I guess, surrounding the Warlock casting, and there, I guess the rumors are saying that it's Will Poulter. Man, I've seen him in a lot of things. You know,
Give me a refresher. Who is this actor?
I know his face. I just can't remember what movies he's been in.
Yeah,
yeah, bro,
I see the
he's like
screenshot. He
in
looks like an
Yeah.
shit
angry
ton of
kid.
movies.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the
Like
kid from Toy Story.
Yeah, Sid. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly what he looks like.
yep,
Yeah, yeah.
that actually
I-
might be him in animated form. I don't know.
right. Yeah.
And actually, Wesley's saying that James Gunn confirmed it too. So
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't know that.
if
That's
that's
cool.
true. You know, it's
Hmm.
interesting. I've seen him in a lot of stuff, like I've said, but it's usually been smaller roles.
Hmm.
Um, I'm sure this will probably be his biggest role to date by far. Um, he seems like he's been a pretty good actor in everything that he's been in. So you know, uh,
Yeah,
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't really know what else to say about it as far as that. I mean,
I feel like the movies I've seen him in, like I just
Oh, he
I
was in
can't think
Maze
of it.
Runner.
oh yes,
Uh,
yeah, he was in Maze Runner.
Was he
Yeah,
Maze
That's
okay,
Runner?
right.
okay,
That's right.
yeah,
Thank you,
okay.
Michael Baker.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw Maze Runner on a plane trip to Vancouver, so I do remember. I don't know which. I think I
Facts.
saw the last Maze Runner, or it must have been the last one that I saw.
That retracts my statement. Then I was gonna say I can't remember if like he's like a serious kind of actor. I can just see him as like being a comedic kind of actor, but Maze Runner kind of puts some
Yeah,
seriousness
he
into
can.
it.
Yeah, he can definitely
Yeah.
do different roles. So
Hmm.
um,
They might be able to pull it off.
I can see it. I mean, are they gonna? I
Yeah.
wonder if they're gonna paint him gold.
I mean, do you think he's gonna get that traditional Adam Warlock costume?
I don't
At
know,
one
man. That thing
point, I
is
think he
god
might.
awful.
I think he might at one point.
No,
That's what
but
I wonder. Really, are they gonna put him in that fucking costume?
no, I'm
'Cause,
pretty sure they're gonna modernize it. Like,
Or poke fun at it in some way.
well, I mean,
you would just think they have to. That thing is horrible.
They have to. They're gonna bring it up in some way or another.
look at
Whether he
Yondu. Look how Yondu first appeared in comics, and look how he was in the MCU. There's
true,
a difference.
true, but I
True,
don't
So
but they
know.
even had to
I
give
don't know.
Yondu the fucking fin at some point. So,
Hmm.
no, but I'm not talking about the fin itself, but I'm talking about his actual getup. He
well,
actually,
yeah,
he didn't have like
they
the
were
leather
locked in
jacket
with
and all
Yondu
that.
at that point, though.
What's that?
They were locked into that get up and everything at that point with Yondu. So,
No, but remember how he was first introduced in the comics? Like he basically just looked like a bow hunter kind of.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
pretty
I
much.
mean, because I can't. Yeah, you're right. Because that costume that Adam Warlock, it will look great in animated form, but in live action, he might look like a goof.
no, I don't think he'll wear it like for the movie or for anything. Like I think like they'll poke fun at it, or he'll try it on, or something will happen, and
Oh, okay, like an Easter
it'll
egg.
show up. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like it might be in like the collectors,
Yeah, it'll be somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just such an epically bad costume.
Mhm.
They've got to address it. I mean, they gave us a fucking Thanos copter.
But you know what? Okay,
Not wrong.
we were talking about Adam Warlock. Him. When you look at the other character, her Aisha from Guardians of the
Mhm.
Galaxy, she didn't look. I mean, they pretty much golded her up,
Yeah,
but she looked fine. Like and I remember how she looks in the comics, and even then, it definitely wasn't a faithful representation in the comics. They definitely did try
right.
to modernize her. So, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, definitely with Warlock, it's gonna probably be the same case.
Yeah. So what do you think this does for the Warlock comics? Because I mean, like they've already been, people have already been specking hard on Warlock,
But I mean, the thing is,
and this is not a huge actor or anything like that. So
Yeah, but there still hasn't been too much news. Like you know what I mean? Like yes, I confirmed them, but like Other than that, we haven't seen him since, like the little tease in Guardians of the Galaxy.
But here's the thing though,
True.
whether they show this actor or not, I mean, at this point, wasn't the community pretty much aware that we were gonna get Adam Warlock? Like, I mean, it almost felt like one of those locked, like, characters that was like a sure lock at this point, I found. I mean,
Yeah, I
sure,
mean,
now you have someone to kind of hang your hat on in terms of being the actor, but I figure that people that were already kind of high on Warlock would have already started going for those books in the first place.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah,
could see that
I
for sure.
I would pretty much agree. I don't think it changes a whole lot as far as. I mean, just the confirmation for 100% that he would be coming. Yeah, obviously that'll create a spike in the book. But yeah, probably overall it doesn't change a whole lot. Like there's been so many people that have already been expecting him to show up and everything like that. You know what I have a hard problem or a hard time with though, as far as the whole Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Adam Warlock goes.
What's that?
Let me say that this movie was good so far. Now, from my understanding, this movie is going to focus on Rocket's origin story,
Okay.
Gamora and Nebula's whatever's going on with them, and now Adam Warlock too. Like, how in the fuck are we throwing all of this together? Like,
Okay, but speaking of Gamora, because you just brought her up, I mean, obviously you guys saw their solo series for some reason taking off, but I mean, there is a bit of smoke to the fire because I was watching, what was it, Lords of the Long Box, I think, his convo with Mikey Sutton, and he brought up something about how Disney Plus's, I don't know if this is, I have to watch the episode again, but I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but they're doing like a prequel for Gamora during her relationship with Thanos. Like it might be a Disney Plus series.
okay,
Oh, I haven't heard about that. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I still don't think that does a whole lot for either one of Gamora or Nebula or any of that really.
it was just crazy that their solo series were taking off. I mean, not so much for Gamora, but more so for Nebula, that her solo series was actually almost outpacing her actual first appearance.
Yeah,
Almost.
well, and they didn't even finish that series, man. Like, so like I think it went to like 3 issues, and then
Really? It was canceled.
That's
yeah, it
rough.
got canceled
That's
because
rough.
of COVID or something like that.
Okay, maybe
So-
that's why it's also sought after, because clearly the sales must have been not that high if it got canceled. So I'm guessing the print run
Well,
must have not that been high.
So okay, so like I said, though the COVID did play a factor into that. Now I don't know how much of a factor it was. I can't imagine a Nebula miniseries was selling that great beforehand. But and, maybe it might have been selling enough that it would have carried the miniseries anyway. Like I
I'm
was
ca-
reading it.
I'm
was
calling it
decent enough.
now. I'm calling it now. Guys, pick up Yondu #1. That is a book that I find almost everywhere now, like in dollar bins.
Well, he's dead, so
Yeah. No, I'm kidding about Yondu. I have no inside info on Yondu.
I'm calling it now.
I think you're a little late on that one. We already killed him off, but hey, we can bring him back.
Well, no, but
Or you can get a prequel series.
But that's the thing, in Gamora's
Yeah.
case, that it's going to be a prequel series. So Yondu's a pretty interesting character in the Guardians universe. So I would be listen, if they had Michael Rooker doing a prequel, doing like the life and times of Yondu, I'd actually watch it, because
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd watch
like
that.
his relationship with the Ravagers, I'd be down to see that kind of thing play out.
No
Definitely.
doubt. This comment right here, though, I agree with this 100%. I
I
would love to see fucking Long Shot in the Mojoverse, bro.
I would 1000% be on board with this, only because I just picked up the 6-issue miniseries of Longshot like 2 weeks ago.
That's funny. Actually, I just picked that up too. I just picked that up like
So I have a vested
maybe-
interest in this. Full
less than
transparency.
a month ago. I just picked up the miniseries.
Yeah, it's a pretty cheap series, honestly. When you consider that there's 2 first appearances in that, you could still find
3.
those 6 issues for like
3 first
less than
appearances.
100. 3?
You got
Who's-
Long Shot, Mojo, and Spiral.
Oh, okay. But you know
So-
what? I don't know who brought up this point, but you could. It's almost like fitting if like the whole Mojoverse was done in Disney Plus because it's like a play on the fact that Mojoverse is a TV show and you're doing it in a Disney Plus TV show. You know what I'm
Did we
saying?
already have this conversation? I feel like we had this conversation.
Did we? I don't
I feel
know.
like we
Was it
definitely
here
had
or
this conversation at some point.
okay? I don't know if it was
I
with
don't
you
know.
guys
Exactly what I
or
was thinking.
okay.
I think we had this conversation before about Long Shot of Mojo because I remember pretty much exactly that. We were talking about like it would be perfect for Disney.
Okay, so it
Plus
must have been you then, Face. See,
Yeah.
it's like
Exactly, bro. Like it's so suited to it, like, and they could just sort of poke fun at themselves too. So
and Mojo's a pretty like funny. Like if you watch the X-Men animated series, like he was a funny character. I like a funny villain when he,
yeah,
you
they
know,
can lean
Mhm.
heavy into that comedy aspect for sure.
yeah.
So, and you know, like it kind of, I mean, it sort of would have a little bit of a similarity in the style that they did, I guess, with WandaVision potentially.
Hmm.
You know, so because they got that whole reality TV thing going on. So
Exactly. It's almost like what is it? Art imitating life kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. It's so perfect for it. I absolutely hope that they will do that eventually.
Hmm.
And it's nice to see that other people are thinking that and wanting to see it.
You
So
know what I think Disney Plus should start doing, like what Netflix has been doing. Like, and
What's that?
I've seen this actually. Well, it's only a few shows that have done this, and actually, you know, I kind of follow wrestling here and there, but they did this thing with the Undertaker. They did like a 30-minute Netflix interactive movie where like the New Day visit his haunted house, and you actually pick choices. It's like a choose your own adventure
uh,
Netflix movie.
oh, that's
No
So
interesting.
way.
they should do that same thing with like Mojoverse and Disney Plus, where they kind of
That'd
do
be
like a choose
cool.
your own
Yeah.
adventure.
Oh,
See,
that could
basically,
be,
you
yeah,
kind
that
of
could be pretty
dictate
interesting.
the outcome.
Hmm.
Because
Oh, here's,
in the
here's a random
Mojoverse, if you
question.
remember, it's done by fans voting as well, right?
Yeah, actually, it is. So I
So
kind of, yo, they could definitely do something to make it interactive with fan voting and shit like that. So
yeah, I think it's almost like the next thing for Disney Plus to do. Because I gotta say that Disney Plus is kind of getting like when the Marvel shows kind of dry up. There's always like a dry spell in Disney Plus. Like I paid for my 1 year subscription, but like when there's no Mandalorian and there's no Disney new Marvel shows, it's like I mean, sure you have the back catalog, but they need to kind of. I feel like they need to add more content in between.
all right, we got to address this question because this is it's important, really.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I've seen both, so I could definitely get into this convo.
All right, I'll let you guys go ahead and go first.
Wait,
So
hold
I
on.
think
Have we all seen The Walking Dead?
uh I would
I've
assume
I've
so.
seen it.
Okay.
Are you breathing?
You know what? I
I'm
would prefer. Man, this is a tough one because I liked him in Walking Dead, even though he was only there for like I think 1 or 2 seasons. Uh, I would have to pick Merle because it was Merle before Yondu.
True, true.
I'm gonna have to go with Merle.
Okay, okay, dude. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Yondu, man. He killed that role. Absolutely killed that role for me. I loved him in Walking Dead. He did a good job, but he had me with Yondu.
And they both had like sort of like a redemptive arc,
Yeah,
you
they
could
they,
say.
they had the
Hmm.
same character arc. They both
Yeah.
started off kind of as bad guys and
Yeah,
sort of turned
exactly.
it around.
What was
Um,
the character that he played in Suicide Squad? Savat or something?
yeah, he played Savant.
Savant. Okay.
Hmm.
Man, damn, that is a tough question.
Who you going with,
Ooh,
Face?
I think I'm gonna have to give it to. I got to give it to Merle. It's early Walking
Oh,
Dead.
going with the Merle, eh?
Yeah, it's early
Oh
Walking
man.
Dead, so
Okay, fair
I'm a
enough.
fan.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those first seasons of The Walking Dead were actually one of my favorites, and then
Yeah,
it kind of got.
Michael
I
Rooker's just a great
Yeah.
actor, so
you know, it sucked because when they got to the part where they brought in Negan, like it still could have continued to be so good, but they were kind of locked into feeling like they had to kill off Glenn.
You know what?
And that was kind of the downfall of the show.
So apparently, yeah, because I still stuck with the show because it was still I figured, look, I already invested this many seasons, so I was just gonna still watch it through. But I know a lot of people that I heard that apparently that was the breaking point for them when Glenn got, and spoiler alert, I mean at this point, I think we all know that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a spoiler anymore.
Yeah. They didn't really care so much about Abraham getting his head caved in, but as soon as Glenn was the guy in the comics that got his head caved in, but as soon as that happened, apparently there was like a significant drop off in the show.
You know what the problem with it was because at that point, like, yeah, the show was still running kind of similar to the comics, but there was enough differences between the show and the comics themselves that people were really getting their hopes up that Glenn was going to make it through. And then when he didn't, like, he was so many people's favorite character in the show. They were like, okay, fuck this.
So here's the thing, because I remember watching that episode, right? And because if you remember how the previous season ended, it ended on a terrible cliffhanger where you see Negan beating the person's head with a bat, but you don't see the actual person, and that's how the season ended.
Yeah.
So then you fast forward to the season premiere, like people are trying to speculate during the off season, who was the person that Negan killed. So I think one of the actors, the guy that played Tyrese, he predicted that actually there's going to be two people that are actually going to get killed, because everyone was thinking it was just going to be one person that Negan was going to cave in. No one conceived the idea that there was going to be two deaths at the hand of Negan's bat. So when they killed Abraham off, I was like, okay. I mean, I like Abraham, but I was like, all right, my guy Glenn, we're good. So it was like, and then when Daryl punched him, and then like how camera angles you can tell when certain things are about to go down. Like when Negan started saying like that shit's not gonna go down, in that same camera frame you see Glenn right in the corner while he's giving his speech, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is not good. This is not good. He is not in the camera frame by accident. Clearly they put him there because he's positioned to get whacked right on the spot. So yeah, sure enough. That was
not for
brutal.
nothing though. Whether you loved it or hated it, that scene, that whole just segment of Walking Dead, it was like it was so good though that there was no fucking way they could compare with that again. Like they just couldn't. Because
the thing is, if you remember, before that, Glenn had several incidences where people actually thought that he did die. Like if you remember doing that dumpster scene where he fell in the dumpster, and then it was zombies were but they were tearing the other dude up. Like there were several scenes where Glenn was presumed dead, and he ended up coming out on the other end. So it was almost like, okay, like it was going to be. I guess they thought it may have been like the trope for the series where Glenn's going to be that guy that just ends up escaping death, maybe.
Yeah. But, until he didn't.
Until his luck ran out.
Yeah.
Chef brings up an interesting question.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Oh.
You know what? Okay, I'll let one of you guys go first because I went first.
Hold on. Wait. Because hold on. We got to clarify this here real quick.
Yeah.
So, because I would actually change, my answer would actually change based on this. Actually, you know what? Let me go last. Just on this one, just because
you went last time though.
I know, but because of how my answer would change on this one, we'll start with Dude this time.
Oh, man, this one. Okay, all right. Hate
okay, hold on.
Oh, okay. You go first, man.
No. We're gonna have to set some parameters because Wesley brought up a good point. We're gonna talk strictly.
See, that's what I was getting into.
We're
right
gonna
there.
talk strictly cinema, so TV show or movie. We're not gonna go
Okay.
by comics, all right? So
I was gonna
Okay,
say
okay.
I haven't read the comics, so for Walking Dead.
Exactly. So that's why this might be a
Yeah,
better answer if we go strictly by
yeah.
media, like how Thanos is in the movie and how Negan was on the TV show. So
Okay, well,
based on
shit. Then
those.
I can go first. I'll go ahead
Okay,
and go
fine,
first.
fine. You know what?
You-
Let's let Face go first.
All right. So based on that criteria, that we're going with movie Thanos rather than comic Thanos. I'm gonna go with Negan because I mean, yeah, Thanos is killing off half the universe and everything like that, but he actually has good motivation behind it.
Mhm.
Negan's just a prick. Negan's a fucking villain. Like, like he's an asshole. Now, if you throw comic book Thanos into the mix, he's doing all this shit to bang a chick. So I would give the edge to comic book Thanos. So like that's some real I don't know if that's I don't even know if I would call that more villainous or kind of sad, but
So comic book Thanos has the edge over scrotum chin Thanos.
they both are scrotum chinned.
I feel like they lean more into it in the movies though.
Probably, yeah.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
they
have to
did
agree
call
with
it
you,
out in the
Face.
movie, so
Yeah, no, I gotta agree with you 100%, Face. Thanos, he's got some sort of, not good to him, but he's some motivation to him. Um, you know, but Negan, he's just an asshole, man. He just wants to kill everybody. Um, I don't know. Thanos, no, it's gonna have to be Negan for me, man.
Okay, so we got two Negans.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna have to go with Negan.
all right, you know what? I'm gonna be
I
the
like them
outlier.
both, but
I'm gonna be the outlier, and I'm actually gonna go against both you guys. Okay, I don't know if you guys have watched the later seasons of The Walking Dead. It, if you did, maybe your answer might slightly change because
I haven't watched it completely, so it might.
okay,
Yeah.
so this is why I'm saying this.
well, that's
I
true. He
would
does have a redemptive arc later, so
exactly.
Okay.
So for that reason, I'm picking Thanos as the better villain, so to
but
speak. Because
listen,
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen What If, but in an alternate universe, Thanos was on Star-Lord's team.
yeah,
So
but we're talking alternate at this point. Alternates.
Parameters, guys. No.
Because look, here's the thing.
fair enough, fair enough.
With Negan, I know you guys just say that he's just an asshole, but the thing is, he even has his own purpose for why he feels like it's a very twisted purpose. But
True.
like they actually do an origin about how he had a wife named Lucille, which is what he named his bat after.
Yeah.
And based on the things that have happened in his life, he kind of had this twisted idea that in order for things to kind of work accordingly, he has to make people fall in line, and they needed someone to lead them, so that they don't fall as a society. Which is why when he was captured, he kind of questioned Maggie's authority and all that because he kind of knew that things were kind of like the people are going against them and all that. No one was respecting their authority. Whereas Negan, say what you will, he had his methods and he had people falling in line, and he had a system that worked. And up until that point, before he met Rick's group, he was keeping his people, fed. So
Yeah.
and it's all about perspective. Obviously, because we're Team Rick, he comes off as the villain, but at the same time, you're in a post-apocalyptic world. We're not exactly like civil.
But I was just
Civil
gonna say again, it comes down to perspective, right?
civil
Like,
rules were kind of out the window at that point. So and if you like I said, after he got captured and he was in prison, he had a soft spot for Judy. So there was a humane side of Negan more so than Thanos. Whereas Thanos, I mean, yeah, he had Gamora, but look, he chucked her off a hill to get the Soul Stone. So they both
But he cried
have.
while he did it.
Sorry.
But he cried while he did it.
that's what I'm saying. He was more emotional, in my opinion.
Okay, so basically, if I kick a dude in the nuts and I shed a tear, that makes it better.
Yeah.
But look, they both had, like they weren't typical villains where I just want to take over the world. They both had their own reasons why they did what they did. their
Mhm.
motive. But I just felt that Negan had a more humane side to him than Thanos, and he had a better redemptive arc, whereas Thanos, he just got dusted. So I'm going with Thanos on this one. And yeah,
I
like
mean,
Michael Baker said, Rick's crew did kind of murder Negan's people while they were in their sleep. So it's almost like it was a bit of an eye for an eye. No pun intended, with Glenn's eye popping out and all that. But
yeah, fair enough. I mean, guess I can't really
Good
argue
debate.
that
Good
too much.
debate. Good debate.
Yeah, it can go either way, really. But honestly, comic book Thanos, that's the ultimate villain right there.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's just wow,
But you
killing
know what?
half the universe to bang a chick. That's just
And clearly there's a reason why they
Yeah.
didn't go that route, because it would have sounded a bit more hokey, I think, if you did that on, like, the Thanos we got was probably would have been better received, right? Like the way Face
yeah, I
explained
would
it,
think so.
it's kind of like there's a lot of moving pieces. Okay, like now you have to introduce death and all that other stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know if they would have been able to adapt
mhm.
that storyline. Just because, like, first of all, they haven't gotten into like the whole cosmic hierarchy anyway. So bringing death in at that point as just kind of a concept being, they would have had to start introducing a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It would have been. I think there's a lot more moving parts to that too, rather than the motivations that they gave them. Just makes a lot more sense.
Mhm.
So
And just a shout out to Comic Ozzy who just joined us. So
Yeah.
what's
What's
up?
going on, man?
Ozzy, what's up? All right. So that being said, we were actually got sidetracked. We were getting ready to discuss Penguin Random House's shipping methods.
Oh, that was a big deviation. Weren't we supposed to talk about that like 20,
Yeah, that
30
was a
minutes ago?
while ago now.
Yeah, I don't know where we went off the rails, but
This is what happens when you bring me on. Like we just get into so many tangents.
hey,
That's
it
all
happened.
right.
It is what it is. It's not Popeye's chicken this time.
I was just gonna say, you know what? I was just gonna say that be glad that we're not talking about Popeyes for like 20 minutes at this point.
Right? Oh
What's
man.
up, Comic
So
Talk Weekly, member of the Spine Ticks? Definitely check them out when they're 8 hour plus shows on Saturday.
right, those guys marathon
That's
that shit.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, man.
That is some fucking stamina.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was with them. I was with them one night. And I actually,
I
I
was
don't
with you
know.
too.
I think I was with them for quite a while.
Yeah, because I dipped out and then I think you were still there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But hey, it was a good time for sure.
Hmm.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's
for you,
always a
it's
good time
easy.
there, it
Like you just
seems.
put your avatar on and you could take a nap in between. So obviously, for you, it's no biggie.
I mean, how do you know that I don't do that right now?
Well, clearly, I mean,
Power
No.
naps.
Yeah, definitely check out their show over on
Mhm.
Spy Six for sure. They got a great show every weekend. It's definitely a marathon for sure, but it's
Yeah.
hella entertaining.
and I see Dan in the chat also. I don't know if he was there before, but I see him now. So, oh, and Moonlit. So it seems like
Dan Moonlit, we got everybody in here.
Got everybody in
Tim's
here.
here.
Yeah. Got the A
Wesley,
team.
and
Michael
Tim
Baker's in here.
Sienkiewicz,
Chef,
yeah.
Yeah.
bro, everybody's here.
Cool, cool.
Right on.
All right,
Yeah. So
so
the Penguin Random
Penguin,
House
yeah.
shipping. Yeah. Have you guys seen the pictures coming across Instagram and Facebook and everything?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Is it
It's
bad?
yeah,
Yeah,
man. Like
there's
boxes, corners
shit
just
tons of
damaged.
damage.
Like whole shipments just gone, done.
Are they? I was joking. Like, are they treating these books like novels? Like, because
I don't
Penguin
know what.
Random House is a novel. Like, it's a book publisher distributor, right?
Yes.
So are they going to
yeah.
be treating our comics like the way they would treat like your novels that you just put in your local library?
The thing
I
is
don't know,
though, it
Hyper. You
doesn't
tell
seem
us.
well. It doesn't seem so much that like the damage is coming necessarily from the act of packaging. it seems like it's coming more from the packaging itself in shipping, because it's like crushed corners. Like I saw one box that like the side, it looked like something had almost went through the side of the box, completely and tore into the comics and shit. Like it's pretty rough. Like the one, I don't even know. I mean, it's a fucking box of comics, and the corner on it was just so smashed and dented in. It was like somebody almost had to drop the entire box right on that corner. It was like,
oh, really? Is that bad?
Yeah, like it's
Stomped
crazy.
on it a couple times. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, these boxes don't seem to be protecting shit, and it's kind of funny because like I was saying, actually right before you come on, I think in April or May, I don't remember if it was Marvel or it was Penguin, but one of the two actually put out a YouTube video talking about all the reasons why this new packaging was gonna protect the comics so much better and
Okay.
everything else. And yeah, I know, I feel like people kind of forgot about that, but
The thing is, okay, so the thing is with Penguin, I would think it's going to be a bit of growing pains. I think just because I don't think they've ever done comics in their history as a company, so I would think this might be a case where maybe I don't like not so much like I would say just give them maybe like a benefit. Like I'm sure that they're going to get feedback from their shops and their distributors, and I would like to think that this might be instances where they might learn from and possibly correct these mistakes going forward. Now, if you see these kind of damages, on a consistent basis, then there's an issue. But maybe it might be a case where, they're kind of new to the game and they just they need shops and all that to kind of get involved and just let them know that
well,
how
they're
things are
gonna
done.
let them know, all right.
Yeah, no, because
Oh, man.
because look,
oh
if
yeah,
it's not the shops, the people are definitely going to voice their
It's
opinions on
gonna be
how
an
they get their
uproar if there
books.
already
So,
is.
and obviously it's going to hit the shops in their bottom line because if their subscribers see damaged books, they're not going to buy from them, and
Nope.
and
right.
shops are definitely going to be more vocal after that. So again, I'm going to take a wait and see approach with Penguin to see if this is going to be a persistent thing or if this is just one of those things where they just kind of it's an incident that you just kind of learn from and move on.
Well, that's the thing. They're gonna want to fix their problem quick because it hurts everyone at that point, right? Like you
Yeah,
Yeah,
said.
well, see, but the thing is, okay, so like all right, so it happened the first week, and I mean, like it was pretty obvious, I think, that it wasn't just a fluke or anything like that. But hey, benefit of the doubt, it could have been. So maybe it was a fluke.
but okay.
Second week,
Wait,
we're at the second
face.
week now. Yeah.
I gotta circle back on my benefit of the doubt thing. The thing is, I say benefit of the doubt, but then because Phil brought up a point, because the thing is, it when they got into bed with Marvel, don't they know that they're where the comics is a collectible, like it is predicated on it being a collectible item. So you would think that condition is one of those things that you would want to be extra prudent on. So even though we're going to give them benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, you would think that they would know that that is something that should be taken extra care on, the condition of the books being shipped.
Oh yeah, I
So
mean for sure, I would think so. But hey, things happen or whatever. So like, I'm trying to be generous here. I'm trying to be generous. So it happens first week. Let's call it, potential fluke. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Now we're at the second week, and it's happened again. All right. So at this point, it's pretty serious too. So it's not a fluke, and the shit is bad. So you've got to address it. And I think the thing is, pretty much everybody can probably figure that next week is probably going to be more of the same. If they manage to come up with a solution in a week, that would be pretty impressive. But I feel like the week out of that, they almost have to have something else in fucking mind. They need to get some new boxes or something. Get away from whatever this shit is that they're using now. Go back or go to whatever type of boxes Diamond was using or whatever. But change
you
it up and
Three
get something.
strikes, you're out. So
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It kind
getting
of feels
pretty
like
close, right?
you know that Steve Jeppy's like listening to all this and he's like, "Come to Papa."
that. Well,
it's
I
it's
mean,
it's it's like either the devil that you don't know or the devil that you know. It's like go like it's not like Diamond was exactly stellar with their
Pick your poison.
yeah. So
yeah, but DC. I mean, DC initially had some issues with their rollout with
Lunar.
yeah, Lunar and whoever the other one was that they used, or however that ended up working up.
Was it
But those,
DCS or something that Midtown distributor? What is it
yeah,
called?
something like that. But
Yeah.
it seems like they got their shipping problems together fairly well, pretty
Yeah,
quickly. Because you don't really
yeah.
hear much issue with DC getting shipped anymore or anything like that. So it just feels like if they can do it, and they were a fucking pretty much like starting from scratch and getting
Mhm.
into this. So Penguin's got to be able to address it pretty quickly, right?
Well, because it's funny that you brought up Lunar, because you know, I heard Aegis Comics of Alaska. I think they were speaking on Copy 801 show, or I think it was the Comic Con podcast. They were talking about how their Lunar packaging was exceptional compared to how things were done at Diamond. They were giving praise to Lunar, and they weren't the only retailer. I heard another retailer saying how the comics were packaged well, and they arrived, I think, almost sometimes like a week before the release date or something.
Oh wow.
Like that's why you see sometimes people like I know shops aren't supposed to do this. I've seen some. You might have seen this on Instagram where you'll see someone posting DC books like on their
Yeah,
page
way
few days
early.
before it's not even
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
before
I've
the
seen
street
that.
date. Yeah, but apparently because Lunar does ship out to retailers like a week. I think to kind of so they can prepare better for a new comic book day and all that. But no, I've been hearing nothing but positive things about Lunar's packaging with DC.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like they worked out whatever kinks that they initially had. I
Mm,
think more so than anything, theirs was more on shipping time, really,
yeah, yeah,
and
and the cost of shipping actually.
right. So they seem to be doing pretty well right now. Now, if they could just fucking, you know what? I don't even want to say put out decent comics because I think DC's comics right now are some of them are somewhat underrated. Some of them are pretty good, but
Yeah, but that's not a Lunar issue. That's a DC issue.
yeah, exactly. So if they could put out some better fucking movies, how about that?
Like basically, Lunar is like, if you put out a turd, we'll just make sure that turd is wrapped up very nicely when we give it to the shops. That's
Oh no, you and your
Yeah, right.
analogies.
It's pretty much exactly what it is.
Yeah,
we'll just make sure that that turd doesn't have any bent corners on it, and
but it'd still be a turd.
it'll still be a turd, just
Yeah.
in pristine condition.
I mean, I guess shit, at least they can get the comics to you in good condition.
Yeah, no, but you're right, Face. I think DC. I think sometimes DC gets a bit too much flack than they deserve. I feel like they have been stepping up in terms of what they've been releasing. There's more than a few titles I could think of that actually people should recommend. Like I always keep harping on Nightwing, and James Tynion is doing his thing with Nice House on the Lake, and Batman. So there's good stuff out there in DC, and I think sometimes people hate on DC because it's almost like the fun thing to do.
You know what? You know what's fucking crazy? Is that DC is sort of doing in comics what they should be doing in movies, because like in their comics, like you'll have all these different books. I think Teen Titans, Suicide Squad, Swamp Thing, and Shazam. All four of those books have all like crossed over with each other and are sort of telling one like kind of loosely connected story. And they can't seem to get that right in the fucking movies at all.
You gotta
They're
learn,
doing
man.
it in the comics, and they're actually doing it well, which they should not be doing it in the fucking comics, unless it's like some kind of like a crossover, actual like a crossover event or something like that. Because if you don't actually know, like if you're not really following these, like all four of them, you kind of have no idea that they're crossing over with each other. So
Yeah, I mean, I get your point about the movies, but here's the thing. Even the movies, I feel like we might be getting into a turning point because just about the stuff that's coming down the pipe, like I have a bit of hope for the new Batman that's coming out. And I don't know. I think Scott's not Scott Snyder. Zack Snyder's doing another project in DC, which I'm not sure, but I like. Taking a wait and see approach for the next slew of DC. And look, I enjoyed Suicide Squad. That just came out this summer. It
Yeah.
was a lot more watchable for me than David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Although I heard that the Ayer cut apparently is a better version of that movie, which I haven't seen.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever gonna see it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll come out, but
Yeah, so who knows? We're left with what we had, and it was the first one was pretty shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, the second one was good, but and that's great. But then you got so you got Flash coming. Well, first of all, you got Shazam coming.
mhm,
You know,
it's true.
so
And the
that's gonna be
first one was
amazing.
good. The first one was
It
a
was.
good movie.
That's another movie that's gonna be in the DCEU.
Mhm.
And then you got I think Aquaman's coming after that.
And Black Adam, I guess, at
And
some
Black
point.
Adam, yeah. So those
Yeah.
those two are coming, which are also going to be DCEU movies, I guess.
Hmm.
And then after that, I think you've got the Flash and Batman coming, which the Batman movie I think is its own standalone thing, not part of the DCEU at all.
Oh wow.
And in the Flash
Okay.
movie, it sounds like they're doing some kind of take on like Flashpoint, right?
I'd be down for that
So-
because I
So are they
mean,
relaunching the DCEU after they do like 4 or 5 more movies?
well, you know what came after Flashpoint, right? It was New 52. And New 52 wasn't exactly critically
Oh,
acclaimed
fuck.
aside from like
Yeah.
Batman and I think yeah, there was some new, like, I think there was more negatives than positives with New 52. I'm
Well, they
obviously
started that off fucked up when they were like, you know what, we're gonna keep some shit from some characters and just lose everything on other characters. That was
Yeah, I
never
mean,
gonna work.
Look, if we can get Court of Owls on the big screen, I'm all for that because that's
That'd be
what you
cool.
got.
That would
That's what
be
you got
great
with
shit.
the Scott Snyder's New 52 Batman.
Mhm.
So
And
What-
I mean, I would love to see, some different Batman stories. The origin is just not one that we need to see on screen again, really.
We see it every time.
well, it's almost like
It's sickening.
well,
Everybody knows.
well, that's why I kind of like what they did
Everybody.
with did you see how they handled it in Batman v Superman, where it was almost like the opening montage.
Yeah.
And if you remember who the parents were of Bruce Wayne, it was
No, I know.
it was,
Maggie and Negan.
it was Maggie and Negan. So I don't know that that was clearly done by design, but that was an interesting choice for casting. So we're
Right.
talking about Walking Dead, but yeah,
Always goes back
listen,
to Walking Dead.
just like Spider-Man, Batman's origin is pretty much done to death, no pun intended. But
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The origin. I mean, okay,
Way overdone.
it's classic, everything like that. But yeah, it's been done to death.
Maybe
know who
touch back
Batman
on
is.
it. Maybe
Yeah,
touch
well,
back on
obviously
it
they're
5,
gonna
10
they're gonna
years.
reference it and everything, but
mhm.
Yeah.
We don't actually not necessarily need to see it in the Batman movie. So hopefully they'll just skip over that and just give us the
Mhm.
Batman movie.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the new comic book day stuff. And
Mhm.
actually, I gotta be honest, I'm gonna apologize. Our tech guy is Keys. He usually does all of the picture sharing and everything like that for us. And he is enjoying his Canadian turkey, which I'm pretty sure he clarified earlier was penguins.
Yeah, when he told me that
was mortified.
that he had dinner, I'm like, wait, Keys, are you wearing sleeves?
I know, right? To Thanksgiving too. So
Yeah, it's like he's dressing up
hear-
for the occasion. So
I hear it's a
he
button
wouldn't
up too.
take any pictures or anything. So it probably was, please. But that being said, since Keys not here, actually, we do not have pictures this week, and so we're just gonna kind of go over a couple picks, just talk about them real quick. I don't know what you guys got, if you got anything, but we'll just go ahead and we'll just sort of go around in a circle or whatever and throw one out there. or whatever.
you guys go first because I'm kind of behind the ball, so I'm actually opening up League of Comic Geeks just to kind of see what's coming down.
Sure, no problem.
No worries,
All
man.
right. So I'll
Okay,
go
okay.
ahead, go ahead and
There's a
start
few
off.
titles that I see here that's
Mhm.
of notable. But if one of you guys want to go first, and then I'll just chime in after.
Right. All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start it off.
For sure.
Man, I can't believe that this is actually on my picks or whatever at all. But Amazing Spider-Man 76.
Oh yeah, that wasn't
mean,
gonna be my pick. So
Okay.
you could talk all
Yeah.
about that if you want.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, okay, so we know that the Nick Spencer run is over and that they're changing up what's going on with Spidey, leading into Ben Riley sort of taking over the mantle, at least temporarily again. So kind of want to see how that's all coming about.
Mm.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Just so one of those things. And it feels like, given the cover and everything, you got Heat in like a hospital bed or whatever. Seems like this is going to be the issue to grab. So
Yeah.
No.
It's
I
funny
can't. I don't
because
think they're going to kill him though. I don't think they're going to kill him.
it-
Like at this point, I don't know.
Put him out of commission for a bit.
this
They got him
cover is very
laying there in
Ben
a
symbolic.
Riley
hospital
come in.
bed, so
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like that's what it's going to be. He's going to be laid up for a while or some shit.
Hmm.
I just feel this cover is very symbolic. It almost feels like this whole Nick Spencer run has been on life support. So
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well,
It's Nick Spencer's
Right,
writing
so-
career just slowly dying.
no, the thing is, it's not even his writing. The thing is, like, he's a good writer. He's done good stuff,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason, he can't seem to
He
get out of
just
his own
catch
way
on. Mhm.
in this particular ASM
It
run.
feels like more like man, I don't know. It just felt like you were trying too hard to retcon some really bad retcons
Mhm.
with some more really bad fucking retcons.
Mhm.
Like there's shit that has happened with Spidey that is so fucking stupid and makes no goddamn sense whatsoever.
That's
But
fair.
at this point, it's so long ago. Like, just let it go. Just forget about it. Stop trying to rehash that old shit. Just stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
Move the fuck on. Let the character grow. And that's the problem with Spidey. They don't want to let that character grow. They do not want to let him grow at all. And every time he does, they just keep trying to take it back, and that's the problem. So,
Mhm.
but hey, they can't let him grow. I guess they're bringing in Ben Riley. So here we go.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
but,
guys let me tell me how that issue goes because I'm probably not going to pick it up.
I'll let you know.
Is anybody picking up Immortal Hulk 50?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What covers are you guys? Any specific covers?
I'm sure the A, and for me, I'm the A, the Garson,
I'm going for that Garson.
and I
Yeah.
think there was like a foreshadowing cover. Or
The
some shit
Stegman
like
one. Yeah. That one looks
that.
pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might
Anytime
pick
it
that
says
one up
like
as well.
foreshadowing or spoiler, I usually grab those.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. But
I mean, cover is a no-brainer for me because I have all the Alex Ross covers from 1 to 49, so why wouldn't I get 50? I'm
Well
seeing that this is a wraparound cover because I see like the wings of the harpy kind of almost.
yeah, it
the-
is, I believe.
So damn, man, now I have to grab two of them just connecting. Damn you, Marvel.
Oh, you know what?
Damn
Isn't there
you,
a
Marvel.
fucking? Isn't there a just? Was it on this one or the
The Jusco?
49, the Jusco Hulk and Thing one?
What?
The Joe Jusco masterpieces.
No, that's on this. That's this one. Yeah.
Is it on this one? Hulk
Yeah.
and Thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's this
I'm
one.
grabbing that one too.
Wait,
Yeah.
the Justco is like the trading card one.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does like the Marvel masterpieces ones.
Okay. I have to look it up to see how it is. But I think the only covers I think that I'm grabbing for this one is cover A and the Garson mosaic cover. I'm trying not to go too heavy on this because it is a $9.99 book.
I know, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
bro. I'm so sick of these goddamn $10 books.
If
guess,
anything, what I'll probably do is I'm probably gonna grab one or maybe two covers, and then inevitably I feel like these are the kind of books that I'll probably see in shops liquidation sales.
Right.
Like when they have like those sales where it's like 40-50% off. At that point, it's like the same thing that I did with like what I would do with like Venom 200. I only grabbed like 2, 3 covers, but there's certain covers that I'm waiting for to see when it drops, because that's also a 9.99 book.
Yeah. I just want to address Kamikaze's comment there. The Kirby one is pricey now. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a 1 in 100, I believe, man. So
Is that like a
the
hidden gem variant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the hidden gems.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's I believe it. It's up there right now. I don't know what it's sitting at, but
Yeah, because you're talking about a 1 in 100 for a 9.99 book. So
yeah.
So I mean, you know what? I think the bigger problem for me than the price tag is all the damn covers. Like,
yeah, I
That's true.
mean, but the thing is, this isn't no shock to anyone. You knew that, especially for a
right,
milestone issue like that, they were gonna pull out all the stops. So
of course.
yeah, but like I said, knowing that, I'm not gonna go too heavy on these covers. I'm just gonna stick with A and the Garson, because at least those I want to secure. And any other covers, if I can get them at a discount, it'll be icing on the cake for me.
Well, at least it's not like 40 covers. It's only like 20.
I'm sure if you
Right.
count exclusives, it
Only
might hit
20.
that number. I would assume
Yeah.
maybe.
Might get close to there.
Yeah.
All right, Hyper, what you got?
Okay, so Miles Morales 31 looks interesting.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have it looks like we're going to be exploring the relationship again between Miles and what's her name, the granddaughter of Vulture.
Starling.
Starling, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that could be an interesting, because again, Starling is one of those hot characters and not so hot characters in terms of the way the market feels about her. But you know, we did see her in the Champions and all that. So
Yeah, as I say, it does kind of feel like they're trying to make her a little bit more prominent, especially at least over in the Miles and Champions storyline.
mhm.
So, although they did just cancel fucking Champions, and aren't they canceling Miles too? Actually,
Sorry, no, they
I
did.
think
I think Miles
Miles
is. I think Miles is still selling pretty well for them.
No, yeah, I think it was ending, and they were probably going to relaunch later or something like that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a possibility. But I know Champions, yeah, got not canceled. It was more or less wrapped up. Like
Yeah, they just ended it.
yeah, issue 10 was basically the last issue, because the trade paper act was already solicited and there's no other issues on previews going forward. So
Yeah, so I mean, they'll get a relaunch later.
yeah, I mean, like how many like between 2018 and now we've had already what 4 different Champions runs, I think.
Yeah, I
It
think
feels
so.
like.
At least 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah. This one I'll definitely be picking up, Kang the Conqueror, and I like that cover. I don't know if you guys, I mean, we can't show it, but I'll just kind of show the A cover. Hold on. You know,
Let me get you up there.
the A cover with the Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah, that's a nice cover.
Hold
I
on.
like that.
Let me just see if I
Oh
can.
yeah, okay.
Doom
Dr.
and
Doom
Kang
versus
going at it.
Kang.
Mhm.
With the
Nice.
clock, like the hands of the clock, kind of using them as weapons. So that's a cool looking cover. Actually, if you looked at, I think there was like
You know what? Go ahead.
the other covers for Kang, I think it was issue 4 or 5, where he's like sitting on a melted clock and all that. That one is also, you know, but again, Kang
Actually,
is the hot thing right now. So
in regards to the clock, and I wish I could remember the specifics of it, but I remember reading an article. I don't even know how long ago it was now, but there was an article somewhere that I think that was saying something about they're going to introduce that Miss Minutes character from the Loki series into the comics.
oh, okay.
So
Oh wow. Okay.
you never know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I
Is this
think
going
I
to be
read
like the
somewhere.
same thing, like when it's going to have the same spike, like when they introduced Harley Keener, in Web
Right.
of Spider-Man?
You wouldn't think so, but
I mean, Miss Minutes was kind of like a cult favorite in that show. Like people were getting her mugs and all that, and her
well, that's
memorabilia.
true. That's true. So you never know.
She,
Might be
she,
something. Might be something worth picking up. Who knows?
yeah, she was like a fan favorite. I remember when I saw that show.
Yeah, I wish I could remember where I read that article at or whatever.
This this one I feel like I kind of have to. I feel like I have to pick up and read it for newbie live on air. Um,
Oh, this
Shang-Chi,
has got to be. Oh, okay.
Shang-Chi number
Iron Man.
5 when Shang-Chi goes up against it looks like he goes up against Iron Man and steals his armor.
Yeah, I
That feels
guess
like something. That feels like an issue we need to read live on the air while newbies on screen.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. In fact, I think we could probably do it with a couple of them because I think that's been happening to Iron Man a lot lately. Didn't Black Cat just kick his ass and steal his armor not too long ago?
I mean, I don't know what's like. I mean, he
And then we
loses
know
a leg,
Nick
he
Fury
loses his
called
armor.
about the War Machine doing it in the movies. Everybody's kicking Iron Man's ass and stealing his armor.
he's that guy. Oh
Not very good at keeping his intellectual properties under wraps.
no.
Guess that's why we're gonna have
Never.
armor wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next, what else do I got? This one's kind of a little bit of an I don't know. I guess it's an off the wall one. Apparently, I believe it's a one shot coming out from AWA Studios called ETER number
Mm.
1.
ETER.
And,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Looks interesting.
Yeah, Alien Operating Room.
Who's the publisher? You
shit
said
or something like that.
Face.
I think it's AWA.
AW. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So it looks interesting. So it's one shot. I'm gonna grab it, check it out.
Looks like it might be funny. Have some humor in there. So
Right. I guess that's what they're gonna be going for because I'm not really.
I'll be
Sure, what
picking
else?
it up. Yeah, it's on my list for sure.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be picking up Power Rangers 12.
Of course, yes. I know you're the Power
I
Rangers guy.
have to, man. I have to. They're starting the Altarian War, so that's going to be exciting. And also, they have the FOC reveal covers there with the Omega Rangers on the cover. So they just did the red Omega Ranger, and it was like half and half.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the black Omega Ranger. So.
Oh, nice.
So I'm sure there's going to be like a virgin version that's like a 1 in 10 probably. Or
There is, yeah.
Probably.
Are you grabbing any of the ratios for those?
I'm not gonna grab. I'm done grabbing ratios for that for a while.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab the FOC reveals.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I went through the initial set that Momoko and I think Dan Mora, or was it Dan Mora or Goni
Dan
Monto?
Mora.
Was it? Yeah, they were doing those. I went through those with getting the incentives and stuff like that, and then after that, I just like, okay, I'm good. I'll just get the regular issues. FOC maybe.
You know what? I'm just looking at this. You know, one thing that I think a lot of people kind of wish that DC would give more of?
What's that?
Batman.
Don't
Because
say that.
this week, yeah, we're gonna get
Don't say
a new series from Black Label called Batman the Imposter.
It's giving us two new Batman or two Batman.
Wait, what's the second one?
No, we got Batman in that and an imposter Batman.
Oh, I thought you meant there's another series of Batman. Yeah.
Tim, I believe they are not, but I could be incorrect on that.
No, I mean
Not
the other Batman that I see this week is Batman 89, issue 3 for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna get a new Black Label. I don't know if it's gonna be in that magazine size or if it's gonna be a regular comic size version. But yeah, Batman the Imposter.
It'll probably be that annoying magazine size.
Actually, wait, I stand corrected. There's another Batman coming out called I Am Batman number 2. It's funny. It's like you have a title called Batman Imposter. I Am Batman. It almost sounds like these titles are now becoming dialogues.
And he missed the good one though. He missed the good one.
Hold on. Is that Fortnite Batman this week?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
it's even better,
okay,
bro.
I know.
It's even
which
better.
One. Yeah.
This is actually on my list, but I'll go ahead and let you take it since you're doing the Batman thing.
Let me.
If you get it.
You're not talking about Future State Gotham, are you?
No. Just keep going. Matter of fact, just go all the way to the bottom.
Is it? Wait, it's all the way at the bottom.
Near the
Damn
bottom.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, I will tell you, it's above the Sonic.
Oh, this is good. Watching Hyper struggle.
Wait, this is League of Comic Geeks that you guys are looking at?
It's above the Sonic, but below Norse mythology.
I feel like he's narrowed it down pretty well for you.
Right down to the book.
I can't even find the Sonic book.
Okay, do you want me to show you?
Go ahead,
Yes.
bring it up.
Please
All right.
do. Please do. Oh,
That
yeah.
right there with Scooby and Ace the Bat Hound on the cover. You know you fucking need it.
You know what? At first, I didn't pre-order this in my shop, but now the more I look at this cover, the more I'm like, damn, I actually may want this one.
Batman and Scooby-Doo Mystery 7.
And
Right?
it's a $2.99 book also, but
Yeah.
I don't know if because like shops around here they wouldn't have ordered. They like that kind of book I can't see them ordering a ton of. So
I know my shop
well-
orders a couple of them.
You probably won't have a whole lot of competition trying to get it off the shelf before you.
you'd be surprised.
You never know,
There-
though. Yeah.
there could be people just like you that kind of saw that cover and were drawn to it and would pick it up for that.
Listen, this shit's been on my pool list since issue 1. Okay.
Oh, really?
Face
Yeah.
like, don't fuck with me.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm thinking of the others. Sorry. I'm mixing this up with the regular Scooby-Doo comic series because that one I only picked up the first appearance of the internet troll.
Oh, right. I got you.
Yeah. Okay. You're
I
right.
actually didn't even pick that one up, but yeah, I haven't picked up any of those. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot. This is a completely different offshoot mini.
Yeah, this series I had to grab this for sure. So.
Mm.
All right. Let's see, dude. What do you got? Anything else for us?
Anything else? I might just as a cover buy grab that X-Force.
That actually is
Colossus
a dope
confront.
cover.
It's a really nice
with
cover, man.
Yeah.
with Zangief Colossus.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't know. It just catches my eye, man. But
It's a good
another
cover.
thing I was looking at too was X-Men 4. So they have that cover A with like the headless horseman, but it's
Yeah, it's like a legend of
Cyclops
Sleepy
head.
Krakoa or some shit.
So that's pretty cool.
Halloween issue.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
is at time. Yeah.
Right.
So,
All right. Let's see what else do I got. I got a couple other ones real quick. Joker number 8 for me because I'm a Joker fan, so obviously that's one that I'm looking forward to. Another one that could be kind of big. Army of Darkness 1979 number 2. Specifically that
Stray
FLC
Dogs?
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Tony
I
Flex
completely
cover.
missed the boat on that one, so I'm gonna have to wait to see if my shop actually has extras because I didn't even realize that was an FOC until after the cutoff.
Yep. That one. Let's see. It was that one, and it was. I think the Red Sonja one is the one that came out already. Yeah, Red
It came out
Sonja.
last week. I grabbed the trade version. The Virgin version. I think it was like a 1 in 20 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Vampirella 25.
Oh, that's gonna have a Stray Dogs thing as well.
Yep. So
Is the FOC already done for that?
I'm not 100% on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not 100%.
I'll probably grab. Yeah, I'm hoping that I could still score copies of just for the cover. I'm not really a Dynamite fan to begin with, but I do like that whole 20 piece cover with
Right.
the Stray Dogs.
And then the last one that I got is actually the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina number 9. Both covers that they're doing for it, the A and the B cover, are hack covers, and I actually just kind of like those covers. Series has been on hiatus for a while, and I don't get too into Archie, but the Sabrina series has actually been pretty decent. It's been a fairly good read. So
they just bring it back because, like, what was the reason, or is it just because
yeah,
Halloween,
I'm not sure. It
October
just kind of
thing?
I guess kind of went on break for a little bit.
Interesting.
You know.
Right on.
There is one a mini series that I do want to bring to your attention. Star Wars High Republic Trail of Shadows.
Of course.
I almost thought it was Trial of Shadows, and then
Newbie did fuck that up last night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Trial.
that's what I thought it was too. 'Cause
It's like almost like the Trail of Magneto. It's like Hitchhiking Guide with Magneto. Yeah, no, I'll pick it up because look, with these High Republic, I've been picking up the other ones like the IDW, both IDW and Marvel, and I picked up the Monsters. What is it called? Monsters Temple Peak or something?
Monsters of
Yeah,
Temple
something like
Peak.
Temple
Yeah.
Peak, yeah. So No, Tim, it's not so much Dynamite gets no love. It's that I just don't like it. And I'm just
That Dynamite gets no love.
Listen, I like
Sorry,
Dynamite.
man.
But yeah,
We try, though. We
newbie
try.
definitely botched that Dynamite pick of the week last night. Oh my god.
I didn't even see it. I got
Yeah, I
see.
didn't. I didn't.
Picked a
know.
fucking
I missed
James
the entire
Bond
show, so I
cover.
gotta want to rewind and
A
watch
what?
that.
He
Sorry.
picked a Bond cover, bro.
Oh,
Hey, listen, whatever floats his boat.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. It was just not a good Dynamite pick of the week.
I
There's
gotta
so
love
many
you.
better covers.
But wait, there was a Dynamite series that I used. I don't know. Well, I mean, the boys had Dynamite, so there's that. So.
What?
No, but you know, with these High Republic series, there's always, especially in the first issue, there might be a first appearance or something to look out for.
Mhm.
So it might be worth, keeping an eye out for if you see it at your shop. And again, these are
Good
books that I've always said, and this is just based on the knowledge that I've gotten from actual Star Wars fans, because I don't really consider myself a Star Wars fan. I'm just
Yeah.
I kind of absorb information that I get from other people that actually read the novels and all that, and they even say like these kind of books, it's not so much a quick flip, but these are more books that you would kind of see how the characters progress down the line, because these are now under the Disney umbrella, so these characters could eventually pop up in Disney series and all that whatnot. So
Right, for sure. There's definitely a lot of possibilities there.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
All right, guys, that's pretty much the show for this week. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up and let you all get out of here and enjoy the rest of Canadian Turkey Day.
Sounds good.
And
Wait, do we have to plug anything though?
of
Yeah,
course,
we do.
Let's get ready to get
Oh
into
yeah,
that.
we do,
Yeah,
boys.
I thought FaZe was just gonna sign off. I'm
No.
like,
No,
I wouldn't let them.
Not quite that abrupt.
No.
So first of all, obviously, we're gonna go ahead and mention that tomorrow, the newbie show, 9:35 ish. So if you got time, join us for that. I think we're doing the uncut or whatever, the after dark or whatever you
what is
show.
it called? Oh, we're doing that segment. It's
I
called.
think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
What
okay.
now? I believe.
The Uncut Gems
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. God, man, he just told me this last night too.
Okay, so clearly someone was clearly taking a nap during the show yesterday.
No. It was in backstage afterwards. Because I had asked him about the topic for the show next week, and I think that's what he said it was. But I can't remember 100%.
Okay, well,
So
tune in tomorrow, guys, where we'll all
yeah,
find
and we'll
out
figure
the
out what
show's
we're gonna be
about.
talking about. And obviously the other big one next week, we got a big show going on over here.
Big show.
We've got some
It's gonna be sweet.
big announcements. We've got Diva Hyper.
What?
Yes, he's gonna be late. It's gonna be late.
He's definitely gonna be late.
Fashionably late.
No, listen.
You'll make up for it with
I
Popeyes, right?
will make an effort. That Monday, because I know it's the rebirth or whatever we called it.
That made it creepy
So
as shit, but okay.
what's that?
So that made it creepy as shit, but okay.
I will, but I think I should be able to swing my schedule on to be able to make it at 7. That is the start time, right? For next
Hey,
week.
we're gonna hold you to it. We're gonna hold you to it.
7
Man.
o'clock.
I
All
said
right,
try.
this
I
may
said
be the
try.
first of appearance
I
of
didn't
an
say promise.
on-time hyper.
Keyword.
I said try.
Possible first appearance of an on-time hyper.
Exactly.
And of course, we've got some giveaways going on next week to celebrate all that, and we're gonna have a lot of people coming by. Hyper, you want to go ahead and take over?
Wait. I thought we were gonna save those as surprises. Just
Yeah,
because.
well, no, we can do that, but I'll let you go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
What do you mean, like the actual people that are coming?
Whatever you want to do, bro. However you want to frame it. I don't know if you got a number or anything like that.
You kind of put me on the spot. No, because the thing is, I think
Well,
that some of
that's
these
the point.
people, I told them we'll have to get back to them in terms of how we're gonna schedule it, because they don't know our format, right? Because they don't know if we're gonna
Do
be
we?
doing. they don't know if we're going to be doing. What's that?
I said, do we?
Oh, that's a good point. No, but they don't know if they don't know if they're just going to do like a drop in and then like a 2 minute hey hi peace out kind of deal, or
Something's gonna happen, guys.
this is probably something that we're going to have to discuss backstage
Yeah.
and kind of figure this out before I start. That's why I didn't want to start naming names yet.
Right.
But I'll put it this way: I've reached out to people, some people in the community that we've had in the past and present, and let's leave it at that, and we'll see where the chips fall on Monday.
Exactly.
Well, he made that sound enticing as fuck. So listen, guys, we've got a lot of guests coming by next week. Some old, some new, but every single one of them's awesome, and you're not going to want to miss that.
I also
Yes.
just
Any
want to
one of them
say,
at all.
That is something we can guarantee. They will be awesome. That is.
oh yeah. I also just want to say, watch my Instagram this week. I'm going to put up some books that I'm going to be giving away next week on the show. So if you're curious to see what kind of books those are going to be, check them out.
For sure.
We're going to have some sweet giveaways for next week.
And of course, as always, we're just going to mention again, we've got some subscriber giveaways going on, and we've got some great donations. We've got some donations from GotSlab081 on IG, Comic Ozzy, and Mr. Dan De La Torre. So,
And also,
thank you very much.
Also,
sure.
being it's kind of like a monumental episode. I believe Face will be exposing at least part of his chin that episode, so that not to reveal his whole face, but we'll probably be seeing like a first appearance of Face's chin on next week's episode, possibly with
just
stubble and all.
Ear.
So tune in for that, and then maybe in the next few weeks we'll get the ears and the eyes and the nose, and then you guys can do your own little police sketch of Face and do like a mashup with all the episodes.
I'm glad actually that Hyper mentioned that, because that also reminded me that next week will be the return of Hypercation.
Hypercation, let's go.
I know we missed it this week,
Man,
but next week will be the return of Hypercation.
Just been traveling around the globe and more.
And Moonlit, to answer your question, yes, next week is that show that was postponed.
Big show, yeah.
You could blame Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and IG from last week to kind of bungled everything up last week.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. So
we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, appreciate you guys joining us, and definitely tune in next week. Tell your friends, tell your milkman or whatever newbie would say.
Yeah, I don't understand. I caught that yesterday. Like, what part of Canada does he live in where we still
ain't had a milkman since like 1914 or something.
No wonder his internet's like is the shits. I mean, he clearly, if he lives in an area where they still deliver milk to your door, his internet can't be that great either, I would assume.
Right. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. There, guys. Peace.